right, here we are again. Good afternoon, everyone. I want to take this opportunity to welcome all of you to FC Minneapolis' second home game this time around against Austin Villa FC. Um, should be a very interesting game this time around. The weather is definitely quite interesting, so we should be starting up in just a bit. Um, all right, and yep, stay tuned. And I am your commentator for today, Aaron Takan. I look forward to take you through our today's game, and then, yeah, pretty much. All right, here we go. The game is underway between FC Minneapolis and Austin Villa FC. And just to go through the quick lineup over here, um, starting for Austin Villa FC, we have Raul, and we have Casey, we have Gio, uh, Julio, um, Luca, Arthur, Nga, Torres, Jose, Danny, and Monde. And starting for FC Minneapolis in goal is Gafar. In their defense, we do have Demba, Collins, Felipe, and Andrew. And then in their midfield, we do have Sandy, Mateus, and Leighton Blair. And up in their attacking, we do have Higo, Matisse, and Yassine. So that is the starting lineup for FC Minneapolis. As the game goes over here, we definitely see FC Minneapolis with the ball. All right, the referee calls a foul for FC Minneapolis against Matisse. The weather out here is a little bit chilly, so you're definitely going to see a few touches off here and there, but it should be a good afternoon of football nonetheless. But yes, it's so just to go through a brief record here, this is FC Minneapolis' third season game. So far they've played, this will be their third game. Lost one, won one. So it's an interesting start to the season so far. Austin Villa, on the other hand, have also, this would be their third game. And they have won all their two opening games. So it should be an interesting matchup between the two teams over here. Obviously, this is Austin Villa's first seasonal game in the UPSL. So it's quite interesting to see how they get to perform this time around. As for FC Minneapolis, we do know they had a very incredible season last year. So it is going to be very interesting to see how they are able to steer this season along the way. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting season of football this time around. So keep your eyes glued to ParkTV, of course. One of our broadcasting and streaming partners with FC Minneapolis. So we want to thank them as well, and all the stakeholders involved in making sure that this partnership is ongoing. But back to the game, FC Minneapolis still have the ball. 2 minutes in, so still pretty early stages of the game. So let's see how this goes. All right, Audrey with the ball. Plays back to Gafar. Looks to go long. All right. Ball goes out of bounds. Austin Villa's ball. Throw in. Nice block from FC Minneapolis is Felipe. Villa throw in. All right, the ball is in there. Dangerous territory for FC Minneapolis, but they've got the ball out of there. Yassine with the ball now. Looks to play out wide. Collins plays it, still going on the line. pushing the ball a bit forward. Villa wins the ball back. They get to play the ball back to the goalkeeper. And you can definitely see that the keeper is urging his defense to stay calm. Villa in possession right now, looking to play a little bit through the lines. Obviously, FC Minneapolis gets that ball. And we're going to see this a little bit more during the course of the game. Some teams obviously looking to possess the ball a little bit more, to be able to hurt more teams. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this game goes and the dynamics that each team has in store and how they're going to approach each of the game. But so far, FC Minneapolis still has the ball. As you can see, like we talked about, the weather's a little bit chilly, so I expect to see most of those balls being lost by some of the athletes here. But as the game progresses, we should definitely see more interesting action. Villa plays long. Nice defensive header by Felipe of FC Minneapolis. Villa throw in right now. All right, Villa look to play from build up from the back. All right. Villa stay with the ball, trying to progress it through the middle, but no one seems to be coming to get the ball. They go long. Nice long pass to the left forward. Looks to find combinations around the box on the 18. Nice shot. That's the first shot of the game by Austin Villa. So fast test on the FC Minneapolis goalkeeper Gaffa. So obviously we can see FC Minneapolis trying to also build the ball from the back. A little bit dangerous, some might say, but they seem to be pretty comfortable building the ball from the back. They progress a little bit farther up ahead. Mateo is trying to find Higo. He finds Higo. Higo tries to, but loses the ball in the Villa half. Throw into FC Minneapolis. Demba throwing in for FC Minneapolis. Matisse with the ball. Another FC Minneapolis throw. Demba looking to find player in the box. Good defensive header by the Austin defender. Over FC Minneapolis get the ball, trying to build it back from the back. Gaffa passes it to Audrey. Audrey finds Yassine. Yassine tries to go long. Austin wins that ball over. You can see some FC Minneapolis trying to call for a foul over there, but the ref chooses to play on. Austin Villa with the ball, trying to go long, but intercepted by Adrian of FC Minneapolis. Sandy with the ball, passes it to Collins. Leighton with the ball, plays it back to Felipe. Back to Leighton, Leighton to Adrian. Back to Felipe. Felipe looking to progress the ball a bit farther, looking for someone to find. He goes long, hoping to find Collins, but unfortunately unlucky. Austin Villa intercept the ball. Nice play. Tries to go through the lines. Intercepted by FC Minneapolis' Matisse. And a throw into Austin Villa. Looking to go long. Austin Villa intercepted by Yassine. Tries to go one-on-one on the line. If manages to find Higo, Higo tries to hold onto the ball a little bit more. Higo finds Sandy, Sandy finds Leighton. Looking to spread the ball a little bit wider. The ball makes it straight to Felipe, who plays back to Mateus in the middle of the pack. Interesting dribble. Mateus goes down, referee calls no foul and calls a play on. FC Minneapolis get the ball once more again, trying to play through the lines. Higo gets the ball. Fast attempt on goal. FC Minneapolis, Yassine tries to test the keeper, but an easy one for the keeper over there. As you can see, he's urging his team to calm down. So, all right, once again, we take a look at Mateus's foul that the referee did not choose to call. He called the play on. interception by FC Minneapolis. Referee calls a foul on Aston Villa's defensive midfielder, number 8. Looks to play, spread the ball a little bit on the back. Aston Villa with the ball. They go long, hoping to find a striker, but nice interception by Felipe. Keeps the ball, trying to keep the tempo a little bit more. Pressure from the opponent. Intercepted by Aston Villa's Arthur. Back to Arthur with the ball. As you can see, obviously Aston Villa trying to use Arthur to progress that ball through the middle of the pack. But nice play from the number 12, who looks to find the striker behind the lines, but easy one for the goalkeeper, Gafar. Leighton with the ball. Leighton looking to find some passing lanes through the middle of the park. He's able to find Sandy. Sandy flicks it over, hoping to find someone at the end of the ball. Unlucky for Matisse. We see Higo trying to take on one-on-one with one of the strikers, but unfortunately, he's able to force a throw in for FC Minneapolis. As you can see, again, ball somehow tries to go out of bounds, but he's able to keep it in. Higo. And he's able to win his team a foul. And then we have here Demba obviously going to make the throw in. He finds Matisse, who hopes to flick the ball a little bit over, but unfortunately unable to find anyone. Aston Villa cleared out. Collins with the ball. Finds Leighton. Leighton looks to go long, hoping to find Yassine, of course. Yassine finds the ball, looks to play back to his teammate. Maintain possession. Collins plays it back to Demba, who tries to go wide to Matthews. Matthews obviously trying to find those combination plays between his forwards, Higo and Yassine. Matisse plays it wide for Yassine, who looks to find Matisse again, approaching the ball, tries to find the shot, unfortunately it goes wide. And the referee calls a corner kick. A corner kick to FC Minneapolis. FC Minneapolis tries to send a couple more numbers up front, hoping they can convert this corner kick. And we have Matisse set to take the corner kick for FC Minneapolis. Oh, nice header. Unfortunately, it goes wide. Wide play from Felipe. Aston Villa try to play from the back. As we can see, FC Minneapolis is trying to press them a little bit high, to force them to circulate that ball a little bit wide rather than going through the middle of the pack. Arthur tries to go through the lines, intercepted by Matisse. Higo gets it. Leighton passes it to Yassine here, who keeps, as you can see, has been changing wings with his fellow forwards. Yassine trying to progress further. The referee calls the foul on Yassine. FC Minneapolis get the ball. Foul by Arthur, of course, of Aston Villa. Yassine set to take that set-piece kick. As you can see, he's sending all his teammates up front, hoping they can convert this chance. And just for our viewers, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you once again. Nice clearance from Aston Villa. Clearance header from Adrian, hoping to clear the ball a bit further, but didn't make it far past. Arthur tries to go long, find the forward of Aston Villa. Unfortunately, he's unable to keep the ball. Demba gets the ball for FC Minneapolis. We have Matthews with the ball, looking to keep the ball a little bit more. Finds Sandy, who plays it back to Leighton. Leighton trying to find some passing lanes for his teammates, but Aston Villa are doing a very good job trying to block the middle of the pack. Yassine plays it back all the way to Audrey. And for those, and for our listeners out there, Audrey's full name is Adrian. So you'll probably hear me refer to him as Audrey a little bit more. Throw in for FC Minneapolis. As I was saying earlier, I want to take this opportunity, or foul on FC Minneapolis. Mateus, referee chooses to play on. Ian finds Matisse. Matisse holds the ball a little bit more, hoping he can find someone up front. Mateus gets the ball, fights to get it back. The referee calls a foul against FC Minneapolis for Austin Villa. Foul against Austin Villa is number 2. And we can see the referee having a chat with Mateus over there, who seems to be a little bit frustrated with the calls not going his way. But Austin obviously looking to build the ball a little bit more, hoping they can get some penetrating play in the final third of FC Minneapolis' half, but unfortunately they've been a little bit unlucky. But Igor trying to play a little bit forward here. We see more attacking threat from FC Minneapolis, who are trying to get that ball played a little bit more in the Austin Villa's half, with the hopes that they can come up with some sort of magic, but unfortunately they haven't been able to be successful. Both teams have one shot on each other's goals, and nothing really too tough to test the keepers on either end, so yeah. Matisse makes a forward pass to Higo, who looks to play a little bit forward, hoping he can find someone, but unfortunately is unable to find anyone. Austin trying to build the ball a little bit more in the middle of the pack, hoping they can have some final play. The referee calls an offside against Austin Villa. Once again, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you all to FC Minneapolis' second home game against Austin Villa. The records for each team right now: Austin Villa have played 3-1-2, actually played 2-1-2. This would be their third game. We are quite anxious to see how this game plays out for them. They've had a very strong opening to the season. So FC Minneapolis, on the other hand, have played 2 as well. This would be their third game. They've won 1, lost 1. So they're looking to build a little bit a more impressive tally of games, hoping to progress a little bit farther, a little bit up on the table to see what they can do. Hopefully finish up in the top 4 spots into the playoff range in the conference. But so far, it's a very early start to the season, so teams are still trying to build a little more rhythm to see what can happen, of course, in regards to their title challenges for the league this time round. And then once again, I want to thank ParkTV for making this game possible, for being our principal partners to bring you this game today of Premier Soccer with the UPSL, the United Premier Soccer League. So stay tuned. You should look forward to hearing and hopefully catching some more of these games during the course of the week, and hopefully as well streamed on some of on ParkTV, channel 16, I believe. Foul against Austin Villa. Referee calls a foul for FC Minneapolis. And this time round, we have that foul in the final third of Austin Villa's half. Dangerous territory there. It can be very dangerous territory, obviously, for the Austin Villa defenders who are looking not to concede early in this game. And so far, 70 minutes into the game. Just to remind our viewers, all the time is being called by the referees on the field, so we might see regular play time is 45 minutes. But the referees, at the referee's discretion, we might see a couple more minutes added into the game, depending on how much injury time has been accrued during the course of the game. So, yeah, it's interesting to see how this goes. Matisse standing over that set piece, hoping he can perform some bit of magic for the FC Minneapolis team this time round. Unfortunately, overhits it over the line. The referee calls goal kick for Austin Villa. Once again, a second look to Matisse's free kick. Unfortunately, was unable to find anyone. And once again, it's 18 minutes into the first half. Austin Villa versus Minneapolis FC, or FC Minneapolis for that matter, 0-0. And so far, both teams haven't had so much of very critical chances on each other's goals so far yet. The attempts so far 1-on-1. Nothing really too serious, it's just the keepers. So we're looking at Austin Villa trying to play along over here, hoping they can make something happen. But they haven't had so much success playing past the middle of the pack. FC Minneapolis seems to have that space tightly covered. All right, Austin Villa with the ball, looking to hold it a little bit more, hoping to play a little bit forward. Intercepted by FC Minneapolis. Yasin gets the ball, hoping he can drive forward. Yasin with the ball, drives a little bit further. He keeps going, making the run. He goes further. He goes on the way to takes a shot. Unfortunately, the keeper is able to stop it. But nice attempt from FC Minneapolis. This is the first critical attempt of the game by FC Minneapolis. As we can see once again, Yasin was hoping to make something happen with that long-range shot against the Austin Villa keeper, but unfortunately unable to get anything across. Hugo with the ball. Hugo trying to make something happen. As you can see him trying to dribble, try to force some one-on-ones with Austin Villa defenders. Mateus with the ball, looking to find Yasin. Unfortunately intercepted by Austin Villa. Won by Mateus, who ends up performing a foul in the process. And he gets a yellow card from the referee. He misses the ball and finds the Austin Villa midfielder. And he's cautioned by the referee for that. As we can see, we have definitely seen a few moments of outburst and frustration from Mateus, who seems to be frustrated a bit about how the game is going, and the referee obviously not calling in his favor. But Austin Villa obviously looking to capitalize on some of those offenses and hoping they can make something happen, get on the ball a little bit more and try to make something happen. We are seeing obviously the FC Minneapolis captain, FC Minneapolis, Sandy Ian, with the referee trying to obviously ask the referee to caution and go a little bit easy on his teammate, Mateus. The referee cautions Mateus, of course, as we can see. Austin Villa with the ball. Arthur gets the ball in the middle of the pack, hoping to play through, unable to find anyone. Adrian with the ball, looking to find someone. He finds Collins, who hopes to find Matisse on the wing, hoping he could flick it back, but unable. Intercepted by Austin Villa, who are struggling a little bit to build out of the back. And that is duly partly because of the high press that FC Minneapolis seems to be offering on the final third of the pitch, on the Austin Villa half. Felipe plays wide, finds Demba. Demba looks to progress it down the line. He pushes it further, finds Yasin. Yasin loses the ball. And Austin Villa gets that ball. Keeper looks to play through Arthur once more. Intercepted by Yasin, who loses it once again to FC Minneapolis, who loses it to Austin Villa. Obviously, we see an attacking attempt here by Austin Villa, who are looking to play a little bit further. The number 30 trying to look forward, lays a little bit more, but goes long, intercepted by Collins of FC Minneapolis. One back by Austin Villa, who are looking obviously to make something happen in the final third. Long range shot, but intercepted by Audrey. Referee calls play on. The Austin Villa players are calling for a foul. The referee still calls play on. As you can see, the Austin Villa players are complaining with the referee that should have been a foul. Matisse plays forward, hoping to find Sandy. Sandy gets on the ball, plays it wide, but is intercepted. Arthur looks to find his wide players. As we can see, during the course of the game, the dynamics have changed a little bit more. As we can see, Austin Villa is trying to press a little bit more, but they haven't been quite successful in making something happen. Stinger finds the ball, who also goes by the name Layton as well. Finds Yasin. Yasin obviously trying to delay a little bit more. Chooses to play back. Maintaining possession, goes long. Finds Collins with the ball. Collins plays short, finding Sandy. Sandy hopes to find Yasin once again. Unfortunately, the ball is cleared away. Austin Villa gain possession of the ball. Nice play by Arthur, looking to drive the ball a little bit forward, hoping to find someone up front. But unfortunately, the ball is intercepted by Demba, who forces an Austin Villa throw. right, Austin Villa obviously trying to make something happen over here, but the ball is cleared way up the field by Felipe, and it goes out of bounds. And once again, just a reminder for some of our fans over here, the game is 0-0, once again, between Austin Villa and FC Minneapolis, the City Lions. And right now, we are 24 minutes into the game. Nothing really much has happened. The game so far seems to be in the favor of FC Minneapolis, who have had a couple of shots on goal. Nothing really critical, really. Nothing substantial, but yeah, the game is still in its early phases. So as you can see, the game's a little bit balanced now as of now. And also just a reminder, the weather out here is a little bit chilly, so you definitely do expect the fouls to really come a little bit painful for the athletes over here. And obviously, each trying to take advantage of that as well, hoping they can force something here. The referee calls a foul against FC Minneapolis by Mateus. All right, free kick for Austin Villa. And we do have Gio standing over the ball alongside Arthur as well, hoping to make something happen. Austin Villa sends all their players. Nice shot, but an easy one for the FC Minneapolis keeper, Gafar, who plays it out wide fast to Matisse, hoping to build faster. You've seen, obviously, FC Minneapolis loses that ball. Austin Villa win it back. Hoping to make something happen. Austin Villa advancing over here, but intercepted. Once again, they win it back. Hoping to make something happen. The ball again with Gio, hoping to make something happen. Pushes the ball a bit wide. Intercepted by Felipe. Nice block by Felipe. Demba looks to play it out wide, but again, it's one back by Austin Villa, who look to play through. Nice block by Felipe, who forces an Austin Villa corner kick. This is the first corner kick of the game for Austin Villa, so let's see what can happen. Again, we see on the screen an incredible interception by Felipe there of FC Minneapolis. Torres standing over the set piece. Tries to find someone in the box, but unfortunately, it's out of bounds. The referee calls a goal kick for FC Minneapolis. Gafar looks to play out wide to Felipe. Again, once again, you'll probably see this quite very common during the course of the game. Both teams are obviously trying to build up from the back, hoping that they can obviously draw their opponent's out into their halves and create some passing lanes, and hope to obviously overload them in their half with the numerical advantages. Hugo with the ball, drives it a little bit forward. Hugo still with the ball, drives it a little bit forward, tries to force an one-on-one situation over here. He passes it to Matisse, who plays wide. Back to Adrian. Adrian finds Felipe on the ball. And obviously we see FC Minneapolis trying to push Austin Villa up into their half. Felipe goes long, hoping to find Collins with the ball. Collins gets to the ball. Unfortunately, is unable to convert anything out of it. Austin Villa's keeper is able to save it once again, as you can see there on the screen. Collins got to the ball, thought he had managed to get over the keeper, but unfortunately, the keeper was able to get that one, an easy one for him. That's the third attempt by FC Minneapolis on Austin Villa's goal. Arthur gets the ball, hoping to play wide. Trying to force out the ball, but unfortunately, as you can see, Villa is obviously trying to play out wide, but FC Minneapolis is trying to push them further into their half. One by FC Minneapolis is Mateus again, and he's fouled by Austin Villa, and the referee calls it in the favor of FC Minneapolis. As we can see, a foul by Arthur of Austin Villa against FC Minneapolis is Mateus, and the referee obviously tries to calm the play a little bit more, manage the play of the game. As you can hear, the FC Minneapolis coach on the touchline calling for a card, but unfortunately the referee is choosing to play this simple. He cautions the players and he's trying to keep the tempers a little bit low, of course, here at the game. And we see Yassine and Felipe standing over that ball, And FC Minneapolis tries to send all their players up forward. Yasin goes long, hoping to find something, but unfortunately an easy one for the keeper. Goal kick for Austin Villa. Raul with the ball of Austin Villa, drives it a little bit forward. Plays it back home to Arthur. Arthur goes ahead and plays it out wide. Unable to find anyone, plays it back to Raul, who looks to progress further, but no one seems to be passing to get the ball. Arthur obviously comes to pick the ball, drives it a little bit forward, hoping to get through the park of the middle, but unfortunately closed, so he goes wide, hoping to find someone in the final third, but unfortunately Austin Villa still with the ball, hoping to make something happen. They go long, laying it wide to Clears, trying to make something happen there, out ball. Adrian obviously trying to clear it out of the way, but is unable to get something on it. Austin Villa players are calling for a foul. The referee chooses to say play on. FC Minneapolis gets the ball, hoping to make something happen. Go on a counter over here, and a foul against FC Minneapolis just seen. And the referee pulls out a yellow card for Arthur. And we definitely can see the Austin Villa players complaining that should have been a foul in the box earlier on in the FC Minneapolis box, but unfortunately the referee chose to play on. The referee obviously is trying to play things simple. It's way early in the game, trying to control the tempos of the ball. Obviously, as you can see, he's trying to explain to the players that should have been there was a ball to hand. Obviously, Torres of Austin Villa trying to convince the referee that was a foul. But unfortunately, the ref has made up his mind. As we can see a couple minutes ago, obviously, Austin Villa had a chance on goal, but unfortunately, nothing could happen of it. Adriano over the ball, hoping to find someone. As you can see, he's trying to ask his teammates to be a little bit more proactive. And again, I want to take this opportunity to welcome our fans once again to FC Minneapolis' second home game this season. As the record stands right now, 2 games played, lost 1, 1-1, and obviously FC Minneapolis are looking to make something happen this time around, and hopefully they can build on that record, make it a little bit much more impressive. Austin Villa, on the other hand, have had a perfect start to the season, played 2, haven't lost any, and are hoping to keep that record that way. But as you can see, this is definitely going to be a little bit of a tough contest for them. Collins with the ball, unfortunately, is unable to make something happen. He's fouled. Obviously, the referee calls a foul against FC Minneapolis. Obviously, Collins is there trying to convince the referee that was a shoulder-to-shoulder, a shove. But unfortunately, the referee chooses to call that against FC Minneapolis and gives it to Austin Villa. Looking to play through the middle, of course, unable to. Sandy wins that ball back, trying to shield the ball a bit more, but loses it, and the referee calls in the favor of FC Minneapolis. A foul against FC Minneapolis by Austin Villa. Matisse over the ball. FC Minneapolis trying to send numbers up front, hoping to make something happen. And just a reminder, this is the 4th. This is actually the 3rd free kick for FC Minneapolis within the Austin Villa's final third. Matisse hoping to find someone, but is blocked by an Austin Villa player. FC Minneapolis' Matisse forces a throw against Austin Villa. Collins at the throw-in, looking to find. Goes long, finds Mateus. Flick over. Luca over there. Mateus keeps the ball. Dribbles past the one player. Keeps the ball. Trying to make something happen. Finds Layton. Layton trying to make something happen as well. Plays it wide to Yasin. Yasin who's asking Felipe to go wide. Yasin plays it back to Collins. As you can see, FC Minneapolis trying to put more numbers in the final third of Austin Villa over there. Trying to make something happen. But then the referee calls a foul against Austin Villa in the favor of FC Minneapolis. A foul against Mateos, a pull on the shoulder by the Austin Villa Hernandez. Mateos goes long, blocking header by Austin Villa's defender. Mateos intercepts that, hoping to make something happen. Higo obviously trying to find some way through the middle of the park, but we can see the Austin Villa is compact in the middle, trying to make something happen. An offside, as we can see the referee raises the offside flag against Felipe, who was offside. As we can see, obviously FC Minneapolis trying to put numbers in the Austin Villa final third, trying to make something happen, find some passing lanes, keep the ball a little bit more, maintain possession, hoping they can definitely get some more viable shots on goal, but so far nothing yet. And so far we're 34 minutes down the clock, so I'll definitely keep giving you an update about how much time has gone and how much time is left to play. So looking to play through the middle, but unfortunately Arthur gets the ball. As we can see, FC Minneapolis trying to initiate a high press over here, but Austin Villa is able to go through it, hoping to make something happen. Long one, but unsuccessful find for any of the forwards up front. So Demba plays it back to Gafar, who looks to play it wide to Adrian, who obviously is urging his teammates to open up so that he can find some passing lanes. Stinger gets the ball, and obviously FC Minneapolis trying to control a little bit the middle of the park through Stinger and Mateos. And Mateos, of course, as you can see, due to his nature of game and strengths, of course, holding onto the ball even more, taking on players with his impressive dribbling skills, hoping that he can make something happen, but unfortunately he hasn't been able to do something. Obviously Leighton trying to win the ball back from Austin Villa, but unfortunately he's unable to do anything against Torres. The referee calls a foul for Austin Villa. So far it's a balanced game. No team has really had very substantial chances against each other, so it's a balanced game so far. And just to go through a quick lineup and formation for the FC Minneapolis team over here. They are definitely lined up in a 4-3-3. Obviously in the back they do have Collins on the right back. Adrian and Felipe playing centre back. And Demba playing left back. And then we do have in the middle of the pack holding midfield or defensive mid, Leighton Blair. And then obviously two attacking mids in the likes of Mateos and Ian Sandy. And up front they do have Higo, who plays as the centre forward, holding play. And then out wide we do have Yassine and Matisse, who have interchanging plays. Austin Villa trying to probe something up front, hoping they can get something here. The ball out wide to the number 12. But unfortunately that goes out of bounds. And once again I want to welcome you to a quick reminder that this game is happening at the Oreo Stadium at the St. Louis Park High School. So if you do want to catch a game, we do have a couple more home games lined up for FC Minneapolis, because this will be where all the FC Minneapolis home games will be played. Entry fee is $10. So something modest for a weekend of good football, or technically what the Americans would call soccer. So yes, $10 gets you a good entry, frontside seat to the action over the weekends here for FC Minneapolis, the remainder of the games. We will definitely bring you a recap of some of those games and what they are like right now. The referee has called a stop to the play, because we did have Sandy down. He was brought down. As you can see, he's getting some treatment on the touchline from the medical specialist. Yes, so once again, we'll definitely give you feedback on what the schedule is like, but we encourage you to come out and watch some good evening of football, some good play of football here, and we can do, as we can see, I think FC Minneapolis have made a substitution. Number 6, Luis, comes in play, and I think that is in for Ian Sandy, who's right now lying down on the touchline. So yes, a quick substitution for FC Minneapolis. Luis comes in for Sandy Ian, and as you can see, he replaces Sandy Ian in the middle of the pack, in the midfield. And the game is underway. Yassine obviously looking to make something happen here. He passes the ball to Matisse, who makes a pass, hoping to find something happen, but unfortunately, nice interception from Raul, and forces a corner in the favor of FC Minneapolis. Once again, we're almost coming to the end of the first half. All the FC Minneapolis players raising their hands, calling for a foul. They were calling for a handball because they thought they were urging the referee that was a foul against Raul of Austin Villa in the box. There's the replay again. We can see that it looks like a foul indeed, and obviously we see the FC Minneapolis obviously raising their hands and urging the referee that was a foul, but the referee chooses to play on. He actually awards a goal kick to Austin Villa, and we see Julian, the goalkeeper of Austin Villa, obviously with the ball, trying to force, asking his players to push up, trying to force that ball a bit long. They haven't really been that much successful in trying to play out of the back. As we can see, they have tried to change their approach to the game. Instead of building out of the back, they're trying to now force the ball long. We have Hugo with the ball. Hugo still with the ball, and he's hit down in the box. Oh, unfortunately, Mateus misses an opportunity on goal. As you can see on the replay there, Hugo obviously had the ball and he's kicked on the back of his heel by the Austin Villa players, but the referee chooses not to call a foul. That was quite openly a penalty, but again, as we are quite aware, this game is called by the referee on the field. He chooses to award them a corner kick instead. That was an impressive chance for FC Minneapolis, looking to get something. Stinger with a header. Oh, nice block by the Austin Villa defense, who forced another corner. As you can see there, the corner from Yassine, who manages to find Leighton Blair, who also goes by the name Stinger, who finds the perfect contact with the ball. But then just a perfect glance off the head of the Austin Villa defender. Yassine obviously trying to get something again. And then the ball is definitely blocked away by the Austin Villa number 10, Torres. FC Minneapolis maintain possession of the ball. Luis, fast touch on the ball, looks to go long, hoping he can find someone, but is intercepted. Collins holds Torres at bay in their half, looking to play a little bit wide. The ball is forced wide to the number 2 of Austin Villa, who looks to find some space down the line, but unfortunately is unable to find anything. Rahul tries to find some space in the middle of the pack, but is forced. Unfortunately, ball was intercepted. As we can see, Adrian shields the ball and forces the ball to be maintained. As we can see, a player down. Austin Villa's number 12 is down. Gio is down. As we can see, there was a bit of a collision between him and Adrian there just a couple minutes ago. As we can see, there's the replay for what just happened. Gio obviously trying to make something happen, but then Adrian obviously blocks the ball, and the referee doesn't call a foul because he calls that more of a fair challenge. Obviously, the referee trying to calm things down and gets the ball to try to get the fair play kick started over here. And once again, obviously FC Minneapolis start the ball at the back with Gaffer. Felipe with the ball, who finds Leighton. Leighton, of course, looking to play forward but unable to find any passing lanes. Plays back to Adrian. Adrian plays it back to Leighton, who obviously has been unsuccessful in finding his teammates stood down the middle, because the Austin Villa players and team are doing a good job with not trying to block those passing lanes in the middle of the pack. Felipe obviously trying to find someone, finds Mateus with a firm pass on the ground. Mateus finds Igor, who obviously keeps that ball bay hoping to make something happen, keeps possession of the ball, plays it back to Felipe. Obviously, Felipe looking to make something happen, but unfortunately is unable to find Mateus. Hoping to intercept it, but fails to find anything, make something happen. And we see the referee call that a throw-in in the favor of FC Minneapolis. We do have quite a very interesting presence in today's match. Yeah, the weather is a bit chilly though, but we do have some fans that have definitely made out here to come and watch FC Minneapolis' second home game, and a very fun afternoon of football, really. So far the game is balanced. We do have each team has had a fair opportunity at each other's goal post. A few chances of here and there, but nothing really concrete. Obviously, FC Minneapolis with the lion's share of possession over here, but haven't really been successful in the final third of the opponents over here. The referee calls a throw for Aston Villa. But yeah, once again, we do have a very small, a very good presence out here that have come to watch this game today afternoon. And would love to implore you and encourage you to come and watch out some of these games. Once again, obviously the games are happening at the Oreo Stadium at the St. Louis Park High School Stadium, right off Minnesota 7 and Highway 100. We do have a throw in here for FC Minneapolis. Mateus tried to make something happen, but a good interception from a very good interception from Aston Villa's number 2 fullback. Gafa pushing the lines a little bit more, trying to add some numerical advantages. As we can see, so far the game has been a little bit imbalanced in terms of possession, really. FC Minneapolis have had the high lion's share of possession. They've had a couple of chances in the final third, but haven't really had concrete chances. FC Minneapolis obviously trying to build something over here, but nothing really concrete. A quick, easy interception for the referee calls an offside against Aston Villa, but still a missed chance nonetheless. As we can see, the FC Minneapolis, once again here on the replay, the FC Minneapolis players obviously keeping a very high line, hoping to obviously set those offside traps for the Aston Villa players. Referee calls a foul against FC Minneapolis in favor of Aston Villa. A trip by Yassine on Raul. As you can see, some brief camaraderie over there. Easy play from Yassine. Austin go long, and the referee calls it for the first half. As you can see, so far the first half has been quite balanced, and the game has been quite balanced. Nothing really concrete for either side. The score is 0-0 for the first half. We'll be back for the second half. There will be a 15 minutes break, obviously, for the halftime. Look forward to seeing you back for the halftime, for the second half commencement. But so far the game has been balanced. Each team has had a fair amount of chances, but so far the game is in favor of FC Minneapolis. So I've had a couple of chances on the Aston Villa goal, but nothing really concrete. And that's pretty much it for this game. But yeah, once again, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to this ParkTV broadcast of the UPSL, United Premier League Soccer game of FC Minneapolis against Aston Villa. Once again, we want to thank ParkTV for making this possible. And for those of you who want to catch up with this game during the course of the week, be sure to catch it on ParkTV as well, and also be sure to catch it on some of FC Minneapolis' platforms. But for that, from me to you, that is it for the first half. See you in 15 minutes.
We all look up to someone. Could be parents, teachers, or coaches. They give and give and give, and then they give some more. Their impact, immeasurable. Their sacrifices, too many to count. So to all the mentors in our lives who helped us get to right here and now, thank you.
All right. Welcome back to the United Premier Soccer League matchup between FC Minneapolis and Aston Villa. This is the second half has just commenced. And the score for the match is 0-0. As we can see, FC Minneapolis playing from left to right and Aston Villa playing from right to left. And let's see what this half has in store. But the previous half was pretty much balanced. Both teams had equal opportunities to kind of hurt the other teams at the final thirds, but nothing really concrete. Although the game still seems to edge a little bit farther in favor of FC Minneapolis. They have had the lion's share of the game. And so we're looking to see what the coach has communicated to his team for this other half of the game. But once again, I want to welcome you all to ParkTV, channel 16, for this broadcast of the UPSL, United Premier Soccer League fixture between Aston Villa and FC Minneapolis. As we can see, as the match is going on, there was an attempted foul over there by FC Minneapolis, but the referee calls the play on. And the referee calls a foul against FC Minneapolis. And as you can see, Luis, who shoves Arthur off the ball, and the referee calls that in favor of Aston Villa, as we can see. And again, just a reminder, the regular time for each half is 45 minutes, and and there might be a few increments here and there, depending on what the referee deems discretion for each half, depending on the injuries that happen in each half. So keep out for that as well. But other than that, regular play time is 45 minutes. And here we go, Aston Villa with the ball, looking to obviously build on what they were able to build on in the first half. As we can see, FC Minneapolis seem to have started with a little bit more veracity and energy in this half. As you can see, you're probably hearing the crowds trying to cheer them on in the stands. So here go with the ball, looking to go through, but unable to go through the middle of the pack. Yassine gets the ball, hoping to make something happen, but nothing really concrete happens. He passes it back to Hugo, who decides to take on one-on-one. As you can see with his interesting footwork over there. Leighton with the ball, driving forward, hoping to get Mateus, who is fouled, but the referee chooses to play on. And then obviously Leighton trying to hold on to the ball, trying to make something happen, finds Yassine. Yassine trying to go through the middle of the pack, but unable to go through, intercepted by Luis, off a clearance effort by Aston Villa. And we do have a throw here for Aston Villa. And the referee obviously having a word with Mateus. He seems to be having enough of his frustration during the game. He has repeatedly been obviously raising his hands and trying to call the referee's attention to the fouls that are being made against him. But the referee, for some reason, has turned a blind eye. Felipe shields the player to let the ball go out. And it's a throw-in for FC Minneapolis. Again, the weather today is a little bit chilly, so really loud big ups to the fans that have made it to today's game just to watch this good afternoon of soccer, or football as some might call it. And again, we would love to encourage you to check out some of these home games. Check out FC Minneapolis' home games. They do have I'll read out the fixture in a bit of what the fixture is like for FC Minneapolis in the next couple of weeks. They do have a couple of home games coming up. I would love to encourage you to come out and check them out. Entry fee is $10. A foul on Hugo, who gets up quickly. The referee doesn't play. You're seen hoping to make something happen, and he's able to win a corner kick for FC Minneapolis. And once again, welcome to the second half, and we want to thank ParkTV for this incredible partnership and for bringing us this good afternoon of soccer or football between FC Minneapolis and Aston Villa of the United Premier Soccer League, a tier 4 caliber afternoon of football. For those of you that are familiar with American football, the UPSL definitely ranks under the tier 4, what some would call Division 4, alongside the leagues such as the NPSL, USL 2 as well. So it is a very competitive men's division for football in its own right, and the league has only been getting stronger and stronger with every passing here. So FC Minneapolis with the ball. Mateus is dispossessed by Aston Villa's Raul, who looks to drive the ball forward, hoping to go through but unable to go through. Arthur plays it back out wide, hoping to play through, but unfortunately they're pinned back by FC Minneapolis. Austin obviously trying to progress the ball down the flank and try to create some openings and some chances. They go along here hoping to get an opportunity, but an easy one for Gafar, who right away plays it out wide to Yassine, who hopes to find a player there with a fancy flick of the ball. Matisse gets the ball, who plays long, hoping to find Yassine, and he does. Yassine gets the ball on the far flank of the ball, drives at the defender, cuts in, hoping to continue to go through, but then he's blocked by the Aston Villa defenders. Trying to call a foul, but the referee calls play on. Mateus obviously finds Matisse, who tries to dribble forward, drives the ball forward into the box, hoping to find someone. Ooh, missed chance and a shot, another shot. FC Minneapolis getting on the score sheet. A wonderful goal by Collins, who manages to have another go at a ball that was bouncing in the penalty box of Aston Villa. Unable to clear Matisse with some wonderful footback, finding Collins fast time, but unable to get something happen. Yassine takes a shot that is reflected off the defenders, and Collins obviously is able to bury that back in the back of the net. And FC Minneapolis get on the score sheet. FC Minneapolis get on the score sheet. It's a 1-0 in the favor of FC Minneapolis. An impressive finish there by Collins. His second of the season. As we can see, this goal is definitely going to tip the balances of the game. As we see now, the game is in favor of FC Minneapolis. FC Minneapolis calling for a foul on the top of the penalty area, but the referee chooses not to give a foul. Once again, just a reminder: FC Minneapolis 1, Villa 0. Strong challenge by Audrey, and the referee calls it in favor of Aston Villa. Strong challenge on Julio there by Audrey of FC Minneapolis. As you can see, the tempo of the game has changed a bit. That goal definitely shifts the balance of the game. As we can see, each team is now going to try to control the game a little bit more or build more chances. Aston Villa with a free kick, but nothing really is able to happen. The referee calls an offside against Aston Villa and a goal kick for FC Minneapolis. Once again, as you can see, this one goal has definitely shifted the balances of the game. As we can see, FC Minneapolis are definitely trying to press a little bit higher up the field, hoping that they can maybe seal that lead to ensure that they can get something out of this game. Building through the middle, as we can see, Mateus is fouled. He's shoved off the back by an Aston Villa player. And the referee calls it in favor of FC Minneapolis. And we see Philippe over the ball, who passes it to Audrey, who looks to play it farther. He finds Luis, who looks to make something happen, who finds Matisse with some clever footwork on the ball. Felipe obviously goes wide to find Demba. Demba, who looks to progress down the line. No passage, plays it back to Felipe, who plays it across the field. As we can see, FC Minneapolis trying to circulate that ball wide into the wide areas to spread. Wonderful ball. Collins with the ball, and he goes ahead with the ball. And Collins with another goal. A second one for the night for Collins. His third of the campaign. An impressive through ball by Audrey, who is able to find Collins who managed to tip the ball away from the Aston Villa keeper Julian and manages to bury it, as we can see right now on the replay over here. The ball, a wonderful ball over the top. Collins tips it away from the keeper, who misses it, and he goes around the keeper and buries it in the goal. A wonderful play by Collins. Wonderful play. And we can't forget to mention the architect of that play, Audrey himself, was able to blast that ball over the line and find those runs. And Collins, who is able to make the run past the strikers into the finishing line. For a fullback, that is a very impressive play. As we can see right now, 2 for FC Minneapolis, 0 for Aston Villa. Again, as you can see, the tables have definitely turned as this game progresses further. And we're 5 minutes into the second half. And the game has definitely changed. Actually, 10 minutes into the second half, and the game has definitely changed. As we can see, FC Minneapolis is trying to up the tempo a little bit more. But definitely the game has changed. The tempo has definitely changed. FC Minneapolis is obviously trying to press a little bit more, to control the game a little bit more. As we can see, Austin Martin obviously trying to squander something out of the play. But as you can see, this is going to be a very interesting mountain for them to climb up. They're 2 goals down, and they need to make something happen in the next couple of minutes. As you can, and one thing obviously to bring to attention to our listeners over here is that FC Minneapolis with another chance, but a very impressive block by Raul, who manages to force that ball back into the hands of Aston Villa. A quick reminder: this game has quickly turned into the favor of Aston Villa. We did have a first half that was pretty balanced. Neither teams were able to really make something happen for each other. Nothing really concrete in terms of play-wise. As you can see, FC Minneapolis is more aggressive on the ball. Matisse presses on with the ball, takes a shot, and it is palmed away by Julian of Austin Martin. As we can see right now, the tables are changing. Julian, the Austin Martin keeper, is urging his teammates to focus a little bit more. Once again, as you can see, Matisse driving through the defense there, hoping to get something, and quite unlucky. The keeper makes a very impressive save off the ball. And the Aston Villa keeper is definitely urging his defenders to wake up, because something is happening. Something is happening in this game. The tables have definitely turned. As we can see, it's a corner kick for FC Minneapolis. And we do have Yassine, who's standing over that set piece there, hoping to keep the pressure, to pile the pressure on the Aston Villa defense. Ooh, wonderful attempt by Audrey, but quite an acrobatic attempt, but unfortunately unable to make something concrete about it. As you can see, FC Minneapolis is applying quite a ton of pressure on the Aston Villa defense. But as you can see, the Aston Villa team structure is crumbling right now a little bit more under the pressure of FC Minneapolis, and they're hoping to make something happen in any way that they can. Obviously, they are fouled by Leighton on the Aston Villa player, and the referee calls it in their favor. But as we can see, the tables have typically changed. Aston Villa obviously trying to get through the middle, but as we can see, FC Minneapolis are doing a pretty good job in keeping the middle of the park pretty congested, pretty compact, and forcing the Aston Villa players out wide. They haven't had quite a successful opportunity to play through down the middle, as they had a few chances in the first half, but they haven't really been able to do something quite substantial in this half. As we can see, FC Minneapolis, obviously the game seems to be etching in their favor, who are looking to even pile more and more pressure defensively. We can see the FC Minneapolis team trying to obviously stay compact, try to win those balls in as fast as possible, trying to press as fast as possible, keep that line a little bit high, and they're doing a pretty good job at it. Obviously, Gaffer there trying to calm the tempo of the game a little bit more. As you can see, the body language on the Aston Villa team is also changing quite drastically, because as you can see, a 2-goal deficit is not something very easy to come back from. They're going to really need to pull up their socks if they're going to be able to really do something magical. FC Minneapolis on an attack over here, hoping to make something happen. You've seen obviously plays it otherwise to Matisse, who drives it forward, gets into the box, plays it across, but unable to get anyone. Obvious clearance from Austin Villa here, but a quick interception by FC Minneapolis, who kept possession of the ball, probing the Austin Villa defense with passes. Hugo, as we can see, has been dropping in quite deep in this half to kind of collect those balls from the from the FC Minneapolis midfield to make something happen. Odin with the ball, as we can see, much of this play in this half is happening in the Austin Villa play, the Austin Villa half. Mateus with the ball, looking to drive. Mateus with the ball, of course, some wonderful footwork over there. Hugo with some wonderful footwork, drives in, hoping to make something happen. Finds a teammate, finds Mateus, who looks to drive and create a one-on-one. Drives in a little bit more, hoping to make something happen, and forces a foul. And the referee calls in FC Minneapolis' favor. And there's the replay of that foul again. As we can see, the frustration obviously on the Austin Villa players, who are now resorting to fouls, of course, to try to keep the ball in their favor. Obviously, the referee gives that foul in the favor of FC Minneapolis, and we do have Yassine, who stands over that, who stands over the free kick. And just a quick reminder, we are 15 minutes into the second half, and the score is in the favor of FC Minneapolis, 2 and Austin Villa 0. One thing that we definitely have noticed over the past couple of minutes is that FC Minneapolis have definitely upped the game, pressed a little bit more, increased the tempo of the game a little bit more. Oh, a very unlucky chance. Oh, and the goal, and the referee calls a foul against the Austin Villa keeper, Julian. Looking to play a little bit faster, the keeper plays it real out to the number 9. Danny, who looks to drive the ball forward. Interception by FC Minneapolis. Felipe plays it back to Adrian. Adrian, obviously, with the fancy footwork, plays it back to Gafar. As you can see right now, FC Minneapolis are just looking to control the game, control the tempo of the game, which is something they so rightly deserve to do, because they're leading the score. They're leading on the score sheet. Playing back from the back, obviously, as you can see, as we have already talked about in this game, that FC Minneapolis have been looking to build from the back, maintain possession. Almost a fumble from Adrian there, who almost commits a foul, playing from the back, but is able to intercept. A nice interception from Leighton there, who's able to intercept it when the ball is pushed up the field. Hugo driving a little bit farther, looking to make something happen, but is intercepted. Leighton obviously looking to make something happen, holds the ball a little bit more, finds Luis, who nutmegs. Cheeky play from Luis, intercepts it again. Collins plays it to Yassine, who's looking to make something happen, but is displaced off the ball. And Yassine commits a foul against the Austin Villa player, and the referee gives him a yellow card. As you can see, he lost possession, and in trying to win the ball back, he ends up fouling the Austin Villa player, and the referee definitely gives him a card for that play. And on the touchline there, we can see the FC Minneapolis coach applauding his players for their concentration and what they have been able to pull off so far in the first half. As you can, one thing we definitely would love to obviously our viewers to know is that this half has definitely been a light and day experience compared to the first half. We have seen more energy from the FC Minneapolis team, and we have definitely seen Austin Villa crumble under that pressure, and they're looking to find a way to kind of edge out of this 2-goal deficit today. Struggling to play out of the back because of the tight grip that FC Minneapolis has so far on the game. A nice flick from Austin Villa. Unfortunately, they're unable to make much out of it. FC Minneapolis trying to push forward, quick interception, and there's basically been quick changes of play over there, as players try to gain possession of the ball. Gaffer plays it out to Adrian, who plays it back to Gaffer. With so much time on his hands, plays it out to Leighton, who is dispossessed by Aston Villa's Torres. Torres looking to make something happen, short, but it gets deflected off Adrian. And a corner kick for Aston Villa. We're starting to see some bit of life on the Aston Villa attack. This is their first attacking chance of this half. And they've won themselves a corner kick in this half. The referee already signaling for substitution for Aston Villa. And we do see number 19 and number 5 coming in for 12 and coming in for 6. See Valdez. The players that have left the field: number 6 Mudiwa and number 12 Castillo. A foul against Aston Villa in favor of FC Minneapolis, who were looking to build out of the pressure in their half from the set piece. And as we can see, obviously the Aston Villa bench trying to make a few changes, hoping that they can sway the game in their favor. And we see Aston Villa obviously trying to press a little bit higher, hoping they can force some errors in the FC Minneapolis defense. Looking to get something. FC Minneapolis obviously looking to play out of that. Yassin wins the ball back, hoping to make something happen, but he's converged by a couple of players. Quick footwork, he's able to get through. Manages to keep the ball. FC Minneapolis managed to keep the ball, trying to make something happen. Fancy footwork from Hugo over here on the touchline. Wonderful play between Yassin and Hugo, who demonstrated some fancy footwork, obviously trying to maintain possession for the ball. Adria plays the ball over the line, hoping to find Matisse, who is able to get on that final third of the ball. Gets to it, falls, stumbles. Ooh! Another missed opportunity there by Luis of FC Minneapolis. As we can see there in the replay, Matisse gets to the ball, fumbles a little bit more, but is able to get onto that ball a little bit early. And Luis, who just came in the second half, took a shot, but just wasn't quite able to get between the goalposts. And here we see obviously FC Minneapolis trying to press a little bit higher, trying to pin Aston Villa in their own half. And we see FC Minneapolis wins the ball back. Hugo wins the ball. Hugo still with the ball. And a good clearance from Aston Villa, who are right now trying to play out of the pressure in their half. Audrey finds Luis, who finds Yassin on the line. Yassin obviously looking to make something happen. Takes on 2 players on the line. And he's fouled, and the referee gives a foul in favor of FC Minneapolis. We're seeing some bit of game management here by the FC Minneapolis players, who are looking to draw a little bit more fouls to kind of slow the game down, but also have more control over the game. And right now we see Mateus and Yassin standing over that set piece. It's a bit of desperate time here for Austin, who are trailing by 2 goals. They haven't really been quite successful in playing out of their half. Nice pass, and a glancing header, nice save from Julian. Another missed opportunity by Adrian of FC Minneapolis. As we can see in the replay here, nice deliverance by Mateus, glancing header by Adrian, and it's just palmed off by Julian, the Austin keeper, forcing a corner kick. And we see Matisse over the corner kick, playing over there, hoping to find something happens. And nothing quite happens in that final third. As you can see, Yassin obviously holding his hands over his mouth, quite regretting he hasn't been able to get on the end of that ball. We're seeing quite some pressure here in the final third of Aston Villa from the FC Minneapolis team, who are pressing Aston Villa a little bit more hard. Mateus obviously trying to control the ball there. Hugo playing it back, choosing to play out of pressure. Austin Villa trying to press out of that pressure that FC Minneapolis has had them pinned down on for the past seconds of play. Felipe plays through the press, finds Hugo, who plays, unfortunately, is dispossessed. But nonetheless, it's a throw in favor of FC Minneapolis. It has been a very interesting half of football so far. And we are 25 minutes into the second half. FC Minneapolis leading by 2 goals. Austin Villa trailing by the same. It has been a very interesting couple minutes. We have seen Austin Villa definitely trail in this half. Both goals have been considered in this half. And we have been both goals have definitely come by the hand of the same player, the number 2 of FC Minneapolis, Collins, who has managed to score a brace in today's game, and also who adds to his tally 3 goals for the season. He's definitely having a season of his life. For a fullback, that's quite impressive. 3 goals in 3 games. He's definitely having quite an impressive run. And we are quite anxious to see what happens. And we do see a set piece here for FC Minneapolis. Yassine goes long, hoping to find someone in the box, and it's cleared away by Austin Villa, who cleared it away. FC Minneapolis almost got on the end of that ball, and we see FC Minneapolis trying to keep Austin Villa in their half, keep them in their final third, not let them breathe, basically not let them come out of their half. As we can see, each opportunity that Austin Villa gets onto the ball, we see blue shirts swarming over the Austin Villa players, trying to make it hard for them to play. Austin Villa, of course, trying to play out of that press. As we can see right now, 3 FC Minneapolis players converging against Torres of Austin Villa, who wasn't able to quite play through that press. And we have been seeing these incidences throughout this whole second half. Clearing header by FC Minneapolis, cleared away by Luis. Put chested down by Mateus, hoping to find Yassine, but unable to get through. Obviously, Austin Villa trying to probe through into FC Minneapolis' half here, having not been quite successful in the past 25 minutes. Austin Villa trying to make something happen, way long, and goes over everyone, unable to pick out a player in that half. We see the goalkeeper obviously urging his teammates to calm down, try to control the game over here. Collins with the ball, finds Luis, who manages to piece a pass and find Matisse. Hugo gets the ball, drives it far through the midfield, finds Mateus, who slows the play down to find Yassine. We're seeing some good game management here by FC Minneapolis, who are looking to control the game. Something that is pretty much typical of their game style over the past couple seasons. Trying to keep possession of the ball. We see them knocking the ball around. Some combination plays here and there. Every player trying to get an end of the ball. Matisse makes a long ball, unable to find Collins. We have been seeing quite of the same runs for Collins throughout this game. He has been making quite numerous attacking runs, quite many overlaps through the course of this game. And we have seen those runs definitely pay off for him. He has been able to get on the score sheet twice this afternoon. And we definitely see some encouragement from his skipper, Andrew, there, applauding him for those runs and obviously the run back to defend. A throw in for Austin Villa here, who are looking to make something out of the game that hasn't quite gone in their favor yet. They had quite a very impressive first half, very balanced first half, but haven't had quite the same since the second half started off. As you can see, the communication amongst their players, they're trying to encourage each other to kind of up that level a little bit more, find those passes, push the game a little bit more. And we see, obviously, FC Minneapolis taking their time, trying to wind down the clock, of course. The fact that they're leading. The fact that they're leading in the leading on the scoreboard. But the referee definitely won't have that. So he has them play faster. Felipe makes a long one over the defensive line. Hugo makes a run, and the referee calls an offside. We have seen a couple of those long balls over the defensive line of Austin Villa, just like the previous goal from Collins. Same gameplay, only that this time around it was from Audrey, who was able to loop that ball over the Austin defensive line to find Collins, who was able to convert it into a second goal for FC Minneapolis. Defensive header away by Adrian. Austin Villa obviously lagging around the penalty area, the final third, hoping to make something happen. Arthur trying to look for a pass, but unable to find a player, and the referee calls it a throw in favor of FC Minneapolis. It has been a very interesting afternoon of football so far. We have definitely seen quite a very significant change of events in the second half that we hadn't seen in the first half. We have seen quite more pressing, quite more intensity, quite more energy from the FC Minneapolis squad in this half than they did in the first half. And quite the opposite for the Austin Villa squad, which is quite understandable. Teams get quite deflated when they are trailing by a margin of goals. And FC Minneapolis of obviously controlling the lion's share of the game, trying to make something happen, trying to get more on the score sheet, try to make something happen, of course. But nonetheless, obviously, they're meeting a bit of resistance from the Austin Villa team, who up to now have been quite successful in their campaign. We're not quite sure how this game is going to turn out, but so far, they definitely have their work cut out for them. They have to make something happen in the remaining 23 minutes. Actually, in the remaining 30 minutes. We see an attacking play here by Austin Villa and a strong clearance by Felipe of FC Minneapolis. Going all out with his clearance. And the referee instructs the players to pick. As we can see, the ball went way out of bounds of the stadium. Quite a very emphatic clearance by the Argentine, Felipe. And then we see another defensive block by Demba, who forces a corner kick over here in favor of Austin Villa, who are trying to make some advancing plays, some attacking plays to try to salvage this game in their favor. And here goes a corner kick, hoping to get someone on the end. Unfortunately, no one is able to get on the end of that ball. And the referee calls a throw-in for FC Minneapolis. And just a quick reminder once again, I want to take this opportunity to welcome all our viewers to ParkTV, who are our partners in today's afternoon of soccer. For those of you who want to catch this game later, look out to catch this game on channel 16, ParkTV. For those of you who happen to be in the St. Luke's area, you should be able to find this game and should be able to stream it on, to be able to catch it during the course of the week on ParkTV channel 16. And for those who are unable to find, you can also catch some of the game highlights or even the game on some of FC Minneapolis' streaming platforms as well. So far, it has been an interesting afternoon of football. We're seeing a little bit more possession by Austin Villa, who are trying to pass that ball a little bit more, probably a little bit more, hoping they can open up the FC Minneapolis midfield and defense. But that ball goes out of bounds. But they haven't been quite successful. They haven't been quite successful. We do see some game management here by the FC Minneapolis players, who are definitely taking their time to the ball, and we definitely see the referee obviously trying to have a chat with some of the players here to try to control the tempers in the game. Having a word with the the number 19 over there. As we can hear some protest over there. We see some frustration on the faces of the Aston Villa players, who until now haven't been on the receiving end of an imminent defeat that seems to be looming over their heads. Nice interception by Rahul, who looks to probe further, drives it a little bit further, hoping to get through. Finds Torres, dribbles past Felipe. Torres trying to advance further, takes a shot. Unfortunately, is unable to make something happen. That is the second most productive thing we have seen of Aston Villa in this half. They haven't had quite very many chances on the FC Minneapolis goal in this half. They had quite a productive first half. They had a couple chances, but they haven't been quite successful in getting a shot on target in this half. They've had quite some promising attacking plays, but nothing quite substantial. And both of them have been coming from the same man of the day, who's trying to lead his team, hoping he can get them to deliver one strong, defiant performance from his team. Torres of Aston Villa. We see Matisse on the final third of FC driving to the half. He's in the box, hoping to find someone. Yassin takes a shot and saved by the keeper. Another chance missed by FC Minneapolis over here. As we can see on the replay, the ball takes a deflection off the ground and the keeper is able to keep it from skipping right past him. And the referee calls for a restart because the ball was rolling. But we have seen quite some impressive plays by FC Minneapolis so far in this half. They have had the better of the chances in this half. They have had quite more attacking chances. They have had more possessive plays, more promising plays in the final third of Aston Villa, which is not quite the same can be said of their opponents in this game this afternoon. And we definitely hear the fans in the stands trying to urge the Aston Villa team to do something about this game. We're hoping they can respond. We're definitely hoping they can respond. Aston Villa obviously trying to find something here. Very interesting pass, hoping to find someone at the end of the ball and trying to hold on to it and able to pull off something quite substantial here. And that was Torres trying to pull off some magic on the ball, but not quite able to pull it off. So a throw for Austin here. Arthur gets on that end of the ball, hoping to make something happen, unable to get that ball down. Mateos gets the ball, dribbles past one player, hoping to keeps dribbling forward, draws a foul, and the referee definitely gives the foul in favor of FC Minneapolis. As you can see, an impressive drive play here by Mateos, and we do see some frustration obviously happen here on the field. Valdez is not quite happy that we're seeing a bit of exchanges here between Leighton and Valdez, and players obviously trying to converge here, and the referee trying to break this up. Torres trying to keep his players at bay. Collins here, we see FC Minneapolis obviously trying to take advantage of this moment, but Valdez doesn't look happy. He's not happy that the referee has given the foul in the favor of FC Minneapolis, especially to Mateos, who seemed to have just drawn the foul rather than actually earned the foul. Here the replays in that game, as you can see, some tensions flaring over here, some shoving obvious here, the referee trying to break it apart. Torres, obviously the captain, trying to keep his players at bay. Right now the referee is trying to have word between Leighton and the captain Torres to try to defuse this conversation. Leighton, of course, wearing the captain's armband in this half, taking over from Sandy, who was substituted shortly in the second half, having drawn a foul that kind of got him off the field. We definitely see the referee having a word with some of the players over here. With 6 minutes to go on the clock, we definitely expect the referee to add some injury time and some obviously time that has been spent in trying to defuse this minor conflict, if I may call it that way. Obviously the referees are having a brief chat here. Obviously FC Minneapolis looking to make a few changes here. We do see number 9, Asem, and number 20, Bryant, for FC Minneapolis coming in. And just a quick recap of some of the players. We do have Asem, who was able to get his first goal of the season last in the previous home game with FC Minneapolis against Tabo. Actually, against Ebuswa in the UPSL. And the we do see a bit of exchanges on the touchline between the referee and the Austin Villa manager, who seems to be complaining that time is running. But the referee is urging the manager to keep his peace, to hold his peace. We do see the center referee approaching the touchline, have a conversation with the linesman here, the assistant referee. We see FC Minneapolis looking to make 3 substitutes in this game, and a yellow card has been awarded to the Austin Villa manager. Something must have been said on the touchline that we don't quite know yet, but we do see a bit of an exchange between the Austin Villa manager and the center referee, and we do see a bit of frustration on the here on the in the bleachers between the fans, who don't seem to be quite happy with the referee's decision about that cut. We do have a brief conversation obviously going on here. As we can hear, obviously a few substitutions here. You've seen Cam makes way for the youngster Zachary, and we see Matisse making way as well for Asem. Obviously the player stalled a bit here. We are running out of time. We have 3 more minutes of regular time to play. We don't know how much time the referees intend to add, but this game is almost on its heels. FC Minneapolis restart the ball over here. FC Minneapolis hoping to make something happen and the draw foul. The referee gives a throw in obviously here. FC Minneapolis looking to make a 3rd substitution on the touchline here. As we can see on the replay there, a foul against Hugo that the referee chooses to give as a throw in. It has been an interesting afternoon of football. It has really been an interesting afternoon. I want to thank all the fans that have showed up to the game. I want to thank our viewers that are watching this game or who are going to watch this game. And for those who are going to watch this game, we encourage you. A missed chance here by Yassam, his first touch of the game. The ball cleared away from him by an Austin Villa player. Yes, we want to thank all the fans that are watching this game, those that have made it to the game. And we want to encourage you to come out for this game. For our next home game, obviously, here at the St. Louis Park High School Stadium, the Oriole Stadium. The entry fee is definitely definitely $10. We want to encourage you to make your way here. It has been an interesting afternoon of football. It has definitely been an interesting afternoon of football. It has definitely had all the action. There have been some tempers, some players here and there, some exchanges from the bleachers, conversations between the coaches, tempers flaring here and there. It has definitely been a very interesting game with all the action needed. We're almost at that final stretch of the game. Obviously, a corner kick for FC Minneapolis here. Luis takes the corner kick, hoping to get someone, but it's punched away by the keeper. As you can see the replay there, the keeper gets his hand. Actually, it got ahead of one of the defenders. A defensive block away that forces a throw. As you can hear, the fans are definitely trying to push their teams a little bit farther across the finishing line, but it hasn't been an easy game for the Austin fans. Throw in over here. FC Minneapolis trying to make something happen. Pass touch for Zach. Collins wins possession of the ball. Luis trying to find a player there. Nice press from Grant, not able to break the press. Assam trying to break the press on the other hand, the number 9. Austin trying to make a forward play. The number 5 trying to drive the ball a little bit further, makes a cross. But an easy one for the keeper. An easy one for the keeper. An easy one for the keeper. All right, I just want to take this opportunity once again to thank ParkTV for making this game quite possible, for being our partners in this, our official partners in this official broadcast of the United Premier Soccer League's Premier Soccer match. It's quite, as we can see right now, it's we do hearing a few exchanges here between the fans who are frustrated with the way the game is going. A few exchanges between the bleachers and the touchlines. Definitely all the action. Definitely the game has been won with all the action. We do see the FC Minneapolis keeper down and trying to get some medical attention from the trainer over there. And they're looking to a substitution obviously here. We see Mahmoud, number 15, who comes in for Collins, who has had a very impressive performance. As you can see the replay there from Gaffa, who seems to have pulled something in the process, trying to get some medical attention. But yeah, the man of the match who has been subbed in for number 15, Mahmoud. Collins, he has had quite an impressive game. He has scored a brace, both goals from him. For fullback, he has had a quite impressive performance. Here's a replay of that attempt by Austin Villa that was quite unfruitful. All right. And once again, we want to thank ParkTV, we want to thank 11 Score, and we want to encourage you to catch these games on ParkTV channel 16 for a recap of all FC Minneapolis home games. Feel free to catch them on ParkTV. FC Minneapolis make a substitution here for their goalkeeper, Gaffa, who comes off. And we do have him replaced by Michaelis, the Greek international, on the goalpost. Clearance here from FC Minneapolis. And just a quick recap here. FC Minneapolis' next home game is on the 25th. 25th of May. And consequently, we do have FC Minneapolis playing against Brooklyn Knights here at the Oriole Stadium at the St. Louis Park High School Stadium. And then followed by another weekend of another midweek game here at the St. Louis Park High School Stadium at the Oriole Stadium between the following weekend between Valora FC, and also for those of you who are UPSL fans, we do know Valora has a UPSL game tomorrow afternoon, so feel free to check that out on 11 Score as well. But it's going to be an interesting season of football. So FC Minneapolis' next home game is going to be on the 25th against Brooklyn Knights here at the Oriole Stadium, and then the next one will be on June 1st here still at the Oriole Stadium between Valora FC. And that will be it for the home games. And tentatively there will be one more game that will be looked to be rescheduled between Tabo that was postponed due to bad weather earlier on in the season. So just a quick reminder for what the schedule looks like for all the FC Minneapolis fans. So be sure to tune into ParkTV to catch those games in the next consequent weeks, and also feel free to catch some of those games on 11 Score as well, on the FC Minneapolis platform as well. And also we would like to encourage you to show up and turn up to those matches at the St. Louis Park High School Stadium, and get to be part of an afternoon of action-packed football, or better yet, soccer. But so far this afternoon has been quite productive, and this game is in its dying stages. Austin Villa trying to force something to happen, trying to at least get a goal back, but nothing really has been in their favor. As we can see, they are pressing FC Minneapolis up high. As we can see, the fans urging that the clock be stopped. And right now we're basically looking towards the referee to call the game. The game will be called on the referee. We don't quite know how much time has been added onto the regular season, because we are actually past regular half-time play. So we are now in the dying minutes of the game. Obviously, a free kick here for Austin, who are looking to convert something. Torres takes a shot, but isn't able to get it in between the posts. As you can see, the frustration on the players who haven't been quite able to make something out of this game. Obviously, the Austin skipper, obviously scratching his head with not being able to lead his team to quite an impressive performance this day. Once again, I would love to encourage you to go to fcminneapolis.com to check out our FC Minneapolis schedule, all our home games, all our upcoming home games, and all the upcoming away games as well. Feel free to check out those games around town and those wherever you are close by. Pass by, give us a shout, support the City Lions in their course and in their campaign this season as well. And we'd also encourage you to catch the UPSL games during the course of the season.
After 90 minutes, it stops every time the ball stops. If that makes sense.
Okay, the referee asks the clock to be stopped. We are definitely in the dying stages of the game, and tempers are definitely flaring. Chance here for FC Minneapolis to launch one final counter-attack. Unfortunately, they're unable, and the referee calls the game. And that concludes an afternoon of action-packed football between Austin and FC Minneapolis. And the score is 2-0 in favor of FC Minneapolis. We want to take this opportunity to thank FC Minneapolis, thank ParkTV, all the sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Once again, I would love to direct you all to ParkTV, channel 16. Catch this game during the course of the week for any replays. And also feel free to catch some of the replays of this game on 11 Score as well, that you can access via fcminneapolis.com on their website. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all the handles to get your latest news and latest updates as well. But for today, this is the action for today. We want to thank all the fans that have showed up in the stadium. As you can see, it has been a very cold weekend of football, but one that ends in FC Minneapolis' favor, who managed to push that score.
Forza Flora.
Who managed to push that score to...
We love FC Minneapolis, the Forza Flora, baby.
Who managed to push the score, as you can hear.
It's our season!
As you can hear, the fans trying to interfere with the broadcast here, but it has been an interesting afternoon of football. We want to thank everyone for showing up. And that is it from ParkTV and FC Minneapolis. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye.